How did Pee-wee come to be?
Well, so Paul, like we were discussing, came out of performance art training at Cal Arts. He aspired to be an actor in the conventional sense, but wasn't having success. And then he realized that he was funny. And in the late 1970s, comedy was sort of becoming king. It wasn't yet the pathway to kind of movie stardom. It was still kind of experimental to some degree. But stand-up comedians like Robin Williams were starting to get television specials. And it was around that time that Paul was told about the Groundlings, which at the time was really just a workshop where people were playing with improvisation.
And
At the time,
it was LA's attempt to do Second City. Like it wasn't
exactly, exactly.
respected at that point.
Oh, well, it was just kind of under the radar. It was
Hmm.
people being experimental and creating something which might now be called alternative comedy, which Lorraine Newman in the film describes as really what SNL was in the beginning. So Paul was in this kind of, nucleus of experimental comedy. He was a performance artist, and right next door to the Groundlings was the premier punk record store of Los Angeles. It was called Vinyl Fetish. And Paul kind of became attracted to the sensibility of punk and also artists who were working in that scene. And so, kind of by chance and by accident through improvisation, he came up with the character Peewee, and people really responded to it. But after he was rejected from SNL in an early audition, he decided to sort of take matters into his own hands and he put on a midnight theater production. And that theater production really brought together his collaborators at the Groundlings and also the artists and the punk scene. And it all kind of got mashed up into the world that would become ultimately Pee-wee's Playhouse and his children's television series. And it was a launching pad for Paul to become a crossover star.